So interesting video, right? What were you thinking when he was coming up with a sword and one person after the other disappeared in the tent? By the way, would you have gone up there? It was certainly a test of courage for those who did, right? But do you also remember what these people were that came up there? The first one was a well-to-do man, right? The second was a farmer. The third was a tailor. Then came a baker. And in the end was a water carrier. Do you notice something? Those are people from different levels. In Hinduism, they would have been in different castes. As a matter of fact, the water carrier would have been an untouchable. But you also had a well-to-do person. And you had people that were doing trades in between, like the baker or the tailor. Here you have the example of these 5 people that came forward to form the first Khalsa of dedicated men to defend the faith, that they came from all different levels. Here was equality right at play. The people of the Khalsa became the baptized order of Sikhs. There is a baptism ceremony that initiates a Sikh person to become part of the inner leadership, to be a fully dedicated Sikh. But those are not the only changes Guru Gobind Rai made. From the video you also know that he changed people's names, right? His own, he now became not Gobind Rai, but he became Gobind Singh. And so every Sikh male got the name Singh. Even up to this point, if you meet somebody with the name Singh, a man with the name Singh, chances are that he would be Sikh. Although it's not necessarily so. Singh could also be a regular Indian name. And if you have a woman with the name Singh, then you know for sure that she would not be Sikh. But it is a high possibility that someone with the name Singh would be Sikh. And all the women would have the name, the last name Kaur. That you can be very sure, that if you meet someone by the name of Kaur, that she would be Sikh. Guru Gobind Singh also instituted the 5 Ks, the 5 Kakars, as 5 spiritual symbols of the faith. The first one is Kesh, which is uncut hair, always covered under a dastar or a turban. The second symbol is a kanga, which is a wooden comb, which would come in handy, right, if you need to trim your beard. The third symbol are steel bracelets, or at least one steel bracelet, the kara. Now, every Sikh will have at least one steel bracelet. Although I have seen, especially Sikh women also, who might have steel bracelets all up and down the forearms, and they usually won't come off. They will always stay on your arm. The fourth symbol is a kirpan, which is a small dagger that every Sikh will always wear on them. Now, in these days, that might be a little strange, right? Sikhs will have these items always on them. So if you wear a dagger like that, how do you get on an airplane? Or how do you get into a courthouse? Or how do you come around in any places where there is security and you have a dagger on you? Well, you can wear a small ceremonial dagger like this one here, where the dagger itself is fixed in the sheath so you can take it out. It's almost like a Christian wearing a cross around their necklace, or maybe have something in your pocket that might remind you of something special. So the little ceremonial dagger will do. And with that, you should be able to get onto a plane and into a courthouse. And the fifth symbol is the Kashira, which is a special set of underwear. Now, that's an interesting thing, right? I know of only one other religion that has special underwear, which is the Mormons. But why would you wear anything special? Nobody sees that, right? Everybody from the outside, you don't necessarily see that somebody has special underwear. Well, it is a spiritual thing for the Sikh person when he or she gets up in the morning and gets dressed, that she is putting on this special underwear and remind themselves that they are belonging to God and that they should live their life faithful to God. It is entirely something for the person themselves. It is not something that can be seen to the outside. And so here we have those 5 Ks one more time: the Kash, the Kanga, the Kara, the Kirpan, and the Kashira. 5 symbols of faith that a Sikh person will always have on them, with them, and would wear them. Now, connected with that, it's interesting too. I know a story where there was a Sikh man who was working for a Chevrolet dealership, and the owner of the Chevrolet dealership required that he would cut his beard and he would take off his turban, because he thought that this man, the way he was looking, was pushing away customers. He was fired from the job because he was unwilling to do those things, and now you know that from his faith point of view, he could not take these things off. He could not just cut his hair. And there was a lawsuit against the Chevrolet dealership. Of course, this man won his case against the Chevrolet dealership, upon which the Chevrolet dealership had to first pay some money, they had to rehire him, and they had to go take some sensitivity training someplace to understand more about religion. For example, come to our class, right? And understand this, that they can't just fire someone because they're wearing the Sikh symbols. And then there's one final thing that Guru Gobind Singh instituted that is really important. And that is that he did not determine any other guru to follow him. He was the last living guru. He proclaimed that the new guru after him would be the writing itself, the Guru Granth Sahib. The gurus had collected the previous teachings of the 10 gurus before, already starting in the early 1600s, 1604. And so upon Guru Gobind Singh's death in 1708, the collected writings of the teachings of the previous gurus became the Guru itself. For Sikhs, this is not just Holy Scripture. This is the Guru. This is the incarnation or the personification of the Guru, is the Granth Sahib. And so since 1708, there has always been the same Guru. It will not change, right? There's another interesting thing about the book being the Guru now, because now the community doesn't have to stay in the Punjab. It is not locally restricted. Now the community can be in many different places, and every Gurudwara has a Guru Granth Sahib. So there is the same Guru in every place where Sikhs gather for worship. That's pretty neat, right? So take a moment to watch the Minute Faith video on Sikhism now that will summarize the things that we just learned about Sikhism.